How do you show up when you don't control your thought patterns? That question I want to answer in our talk today because it's so important in people, and I think all of us in leadership roles and just in how we show up as people in our private life, in our professional life, to know how we show up and why you want to increase your conscious awareness. Welcome to another powerful conversation. If we haven't connected yet, I'm Camilla, founder and CEO of Chocked Coaching, where we help business professionals and executives create more impact, become more successful, and work less. And that is all achieved by improving conscious awareness, leveling up your mindset, leveling up your emotional intelligence. Honing in on today's topic. Today, I want to give you an example and 5 mistakes leaders do when they're pushed, when they're triggered, and when they don't control their thought patterns. We're all human beings. We all have a private life. And tell me one who has a life where it's just sugar candy. I don't think anyone here on this planet has just wonderful days unless you have trained yourself to control your thought patterns. Until you're there, you will get triggered now and again. The question is here, it's not the question, but what you want to do is to control yourself so that you're not triggered. Because when you're triggered, you are not in your greatest and most amazing power. You are not in your zone of creativity. But you want to be in that level of energy when you want to really become tomorrow's leader, where it's about shaping the future, inspiring people to level up. Then they can't have a boss, can they? Just, That's not really the point of being a leader, or is it? Yes, it is about being authentic, but authenticity and integrity is not about not being in control of how you want to show up, because you can. You always have a choice whether you want to be a victim of the outer situation or whether you want to be in your zone of genius and just feel at peace. I bring us this topic, and you've seen I bring up this topic for some time now, because we are human beings. And I have helped numerous clients finding peace, helping them rewire their thought patterns. Unless you've really thought about that and are in control of your thought patterns, you make 5 mistakes that I see again and again and again. And it's also mistakes of things that I do the wrong way. I did the wrong way, I should say, when I was not in control. Now on my paper, because here are my notes. 5 things. And let me know if this resonates for you, or there might be some other trigger points, but let me know what shows up for you as we are going through the 5 things that you do when you are triggered and not in control. So when you're triggered and not in control of your thoughts, that leads to feelings, and that leads to actions that don't serve you. One of many things that leaders do the wrong way is that they get angry when something is pushing them. It's not, because pushed, we don't like it. When it's pulled, we like it. So if something is pushing our leaders to take a stance, or they're surprised, then they tend either to get angry. At least they express anger. They may inside be sad, but you don't want to really thrive from that. You can't thrive from anger. and you can't create anything amazing, and you are not able to motivate your team. So you don't want to be angry, but that's how you show up. And when you're angry, guess what? You use negative language. What do I mean by language? It's not about you speak English, I speak Danish, or you speak Spanish, Hebraic, whatever. No, it's the words that you choose. Either you choose words that set you up for success, generate energy, like, I choose to do that, let's do that, we get to do this, or I have to, I must to, this is ridiculous. That type of language you use when you're triggered and not in control of your thoughts and your feelings. And you may also be frustrated, show frustration, really just out of control. You don't want to be in that state, and the language you use, you don't fuel anything amazing. You don't create anything amazing from a negative state of energy, from the negative words, the words that really drain you down and where people can feel your frustration. When you're in that level or in that state of mood, you kill your productivity, you kill your creativity, you get stagnant. And guess what? When you are a leader, you can't lead. It's absolutely impossible to lead people. When I talk about talk about leading, it's about getting people to do and thrive at what they're best at. That is, to me, leading. Manage is something else. You ask them to do X, Y, and Z within the time frame, and they do it. But you can't lead with success if you are in the state of mood where you are angry, depressed, frustration, and you won't create anything amazing from that state. Also, when you are triggered and don't control your thought patterns, you look for victims. You look for justice, and just to justify why you show up as you do. You don't take control. You put control on someone else. And I see this again and again and again. If you're children, you will see that behavior, but unfortunately, adults also do that. And point number 5, you put your risk, your health at risk. You put simply your health at risk. So what you want to avoid is, when you're triggered, you want to avoid being angry, use negative language where people can feel your frustration. No, you don't want to use that. You kill your productivity, creativity. You don't want to go down that path. And you look for external victims to justify why you show up as you do. And so you would also kill well, not maybe kill, but you would put your health and wealth at risk. So in order for you to move forward, it all starts with you. And it starts with you by training yourself in becoming more aware of your thoughts. The thoughts is a mirror of your personality. It is a mirror of how you think and you feel. You cannot justify why you're that angry. You always have a choice. Tomorrow's leader, they lead with authenticity, empathy, building rapport to the team members, creating the safe space. And they do that because they continuously level up their mindset. They continuously expand the conscious awareness. You can do that too. But what it takes commitment, and it takes just to dare to be vulnerable. You want to do that? If you want to become tomorrow's leader who shape the future of the company of tomorrow, the future, you want to, did you get that? You want to become tomorrow's leader, because the tomorrow's leader, they shape the future. They shape the company of tomorrow. And when you level up your conscious awareness and you know how to control your thoughts, you will no longer be triggered. You may know, but you may be triggered in the moment, but you are so conscious aware of how you show up that you say stop, you reflect, you maybe take 2 minutes out and you come back in and you boom, you just perform. I want to give you a short case. I have various client cases, but I choose to share my own story. So, as you know, I'm going through this custody battle, and I had a phone call some days ago, and that took me by surprise. I could choose to react with aggressiveness, anger, sadness, frustration, or I could choose to sit with what's showing up in the moment and then breathe and think, this is going to work out in my way because I know my integrity. I know my authenticity. I know what I do. And that is being in your power of how you're showing up, how you choose to show up. And I went into my team and I didn't become angry. I didn't get angry. I thrived, and I don't think anyone could experience what I have just experienced. I did share because I want to be authentic. And then we just went on. So this is to demonstrate and to share with you that when you master your thoughts, your thought patterns, you get to become more successful the easy way. And I bet you want that, master that tool as well. And you can do it. If I can train myself up and if I can transform, you can as well. And I have an invitation for you. I'm hosting a free webinar on the 7th of September on how to control your thoughts to become more successful and create more success. If this speaks to you, and if you know you have some challenges also in your private life, this webinar is for you. Remember, you have a choice on how to show up. Don't entertain thoughts that you also entertained yesterday. That's repetition, that thoughts that you repeat. We also call that mentation. You want to drop that. You want to let that go. You want to step into your zone of genius where you thrive and where life can throw curveballs at you, but you don't really take any notice because you operate from your zone of genius. With this, I rush all my love to you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support, for the engagement. I love your questions and the conversation we have behind the scene. So with this, enjoy the rest of the beautiful day and speak again soon. Bye for now.